Let's get it. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you our perspective on teamwork. You will not get anywhere, so we do not teach you how to rise to the occasion. What do we teach, folks? We teach you how to fall to your level of preparation. Much needed, right? Much needed 2 mile day today. Give my legs a little rest. Tomorrow morning, knock out a double-digit day. Probably go. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Why not? Because I'm putting it on camera. We're gonna go 12 miles tomorrow. Fuck it. Let's rock it. Let's rock it out, right? Got the weather's nice. We're on point. Everything is feeling good. Great weekend plan, all that kind of stuff. So, as far as today's Move Swiftly thought, I kind of got sucked in. I got sucked in. If you're new to this channel, it's not necessarily the channel that does a lot of gossip and a lot of YouTube beef and all that. For me, it's all employee development. It's all walking you through the difficulties that come with developing your career development, all the difficulties of finding your career and figuring out what role you have and how you can take that role and take it to the next level. So it doesn't get a massive following. It is more so about continuous development through hostile situations and through hostile environments. However, the Stephen A. Smith, Michelle Beadle, and Cari Champion, this back and forth between them kind of caught my attention because it does somewhat fall in alignment with the things I talk about and the things I work on when it comes to career development, employee development. Again, this Stephen A. Smith is someone I've been watching for years, like a lot of people, and you've seen him go from just the guy working on the beat reporter and all that to now he's a Democratic nominee for president. So he's done a lot of things, accomplished a lot of things that we can't necessarily like him, love him, hate him, whatever it is. You gotta kind of give him credit for staying relevant for the past 3 decades, right? But here's the thing. So let me just kind of briefly give you the scenario and give you my take on it. So what I saw was Michelle Beadle, former ESPN employee, absolutely rip Stephen A. new one, saying that she preys on his downfall. Just really heinous things to say about a person, which again, no matter how much you dislike a person, to say that you pray for a person's downfall, to me, that's just kind of crossing the line. That's crossing the line. Again, obviously don't know the details of what has gone on between them two, but then you have Cari Champion, who this one actually kind of shocked me because I remember Cari Champion, him, Skip Bayless, and Stephen A. on First Take, and it seemed that, again, at least on camera, it seemed like everything was cool, but, she got on some, keep that same energy with her, with the white girl, and, again, she turns it into some race bullshit like a lot of black women do. Where it's, we'll keep the same energy for Michelle Beadle and that you had for Jasmine Crockett and Jamel Hill and all this other shit that she got on. So Stephen A. Smith responded to both of them, and he responded in a typical fashion where, he was fair. He said, look, Michelle Beadle is good at her job. And then he also addressed Cari Champion and all that. His response was not a Jason Whitlock response. Right? It was more, he took the high road in terms of what he said about them, which again, I'm on this side, on this end, I got to kind of side with Stephen A. Smith because he did take the high road. He said nothing derogatory towards these two women because he probably knew that was going to cause him more problems than he already has, right? So here's my take on the situation. Here's what you have to take into consideration when you want to become a public figure, when you want to put content out there regularly, when you're just fucking good at your job, right? When you're just good at your job, this is what's going to happen. You become an easy target. Hear me. When you're good at your job, all right, when you're just good at what you do, you're not only good at your job, but you've been recognized as being one of the people that are good at your job, and you've been promoted and being paid in such a way that shows how good at your job you are, you become a very, very easy target for people. In my opinion, both Michelle Beadle and Cari Champion and a lot of other folks will come at Stephen A. Smith for stuff that really isn't that big of a deal. And just to get, again, would you even know Michelle Beadle, would you even know exactly what she's doing now had she not brought him up? Would you even know what Cari Champion is doing now had she not brought him up? All of these things are happening. The only reason we're knowing these people is because they brought him up. And that's all they're really chasing. So I deal with the same shit in my place of employment where, again, when you're just good at what you do, you get brought up with shit that has nothing to do with you, and you get these personal attacks, which is, again, a sign. Here's what you do when you're in that situation. Hear me, and I'm going to close you out with this concept. Here's what you do. You take your right hand and you give yourself a pat on the back, because that's a sign of you actually being good at something. When you're good at something, then you're going to get these unnecessary attacks, and you're going to get people coming at you saying this and saying that and all sorts of microaggressive bullshit bullshit that you got to deal with, and that is just a sign of you actually being good at what you do. So welcome it, embrace it. Again, not asking you to, just take all the shots. At some point, you got to stick up for yourself, but just understand that it's because you're actually good at something, good at what you do. And that leads into next week, where we're gonna be talking about actually next week in terms of what your gift is and what is your gift and how are you utilizing that gift to make room for you and build some great things for your family, build some great things for yourself and your family, and build something for the future. All right, so all that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all of this, it's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.